Welcome back to Crohn's Talk. Friday afternoon, so of course the commute is horrible. You notice my nice rosy cheeks. I had my second Remicade infusion yesterday, and I seemed the day after to get the rosy cheeks. I don't know if it's from the Remicade or the steroid that they give you along with it, but anyway, talk a little bit more about my journey. Talked earlier about how I was on prednisone for a long time. They started me on sulfasalazine as well, and with that, I was able to stay on at least a low dose of prednisone, which was nice. I got down to 10 milligrams every other day with the sulfasalazine, azolfadine, and then they put me on azathioprine or Imuran, and that's when I was finally. This was after college. Right after, it's when I was able to go off of the prednisone. I did well on those drugs. I was in remission for many years. I'd still get stomach aches, and I still had to control and be careful and not overdo it. But I was active all through high school and college, and I was able to do fine. It was just the worry of being on prednisone for so long and the damage that could ultimately do. So in fact, the year that I was finally able to go off of the prednisone, my wife saved the bottle and made it into a little Christmas ornament. It still has a couple pills in it. That's our reminder of when I made it off of prednisone. And so on the azolfadine and Imuran, I was pretty stable on that for many years. That was just fine until there came a point when it wasn't working as well. I noticed that I was getting tired really easily, had no energy, pale skin, obvious iron deficiency. There was a time when my wife stopped cooking as much beef, and she noticed even more than I did that I was more tired, and I got to the point where I was craving a hamburger. Did the blood work, found out I was low on iron. I pretty much always have been, but it was a little worse than usual. Also B12, so I had to do B12 shots for a while until that came back up. The problem with iron, and I had this problem as a kid as well, is the pills don't do anything for me. They don't even stop me up, so I don't even get the adverse effects. The pills, they just simply don't work at all. The only thing that has worked iron-wise is liquid iron, which if you ever have taken, it's disgusting. It tastes like you're drinking a rusty bar, like rusty iron bar in liquid form. But to get my iron up, that's the only thing that has ever worked. It's the liquid. I guess I digest it easier. But anyway, I was tired all the time, and I was playing on a soccer team at the time, and just in the middle of the season, I noticed where I could play the entire game without having to, it was indoor, so I wouldn't have to sub out more than once a half, to the point where I would play for a couple minutes and I was exhausted. And it was because of this. And so we went in and started to get tested and realized that I was still on an Imuran dose from when, years earlier, when I weighed 30, 40 pounds less. And it's by weight. So it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't at therapeutic level. So we had to up that. And we started playing with the Imuran doses. And that seemed to work for a while, although I never really got rid of the anemia. But it kept me fairly stable. And moved on to another doctor. Still couldn't get rid of the anemia. I was getting the stomach aches, but it was nothing severe. It was just like constant. It was a chronic tiredness, a chronic just I don't feel well. I went from being able to work out actively to the point where I didn't have the energy to work out at all. I wasn't getting any exercise, which contributes to tiredness. So it was like this endless circle. I couldn't stay healthy by exercising because I didn't have the energy, which didn't give me any more energy, and it was just an endless cycle. So finally, my doctor decided that it was time to try something new, and we decided to try Humira. So next episode, I will talk about what happened on the Humira. And please subscribe and follow my channel, share with your friends, and I will catch you next time talking about Humira. Thanks for watching.